Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. So let us start here. We are going to be in this video looking at what are the basic features once you log into your account with your teacher's username and password, to see what kind of features are available so that we can utilize. So first thing you need to do is you need to put in your username and your password. Once you have done that, this username and password will come from your head teacher or the person who has basically set up the entire school for you. And so once you have that username and password, you will get the punch it in and click sign in, and you will be greeted with the first page over here. Let's slowly go over some of the things that you have. You will have your name over here of the school. You will have your change your password. You can always change your password to something else, and you should as a teacher. You can click home to come back to this particular screen. You can click log out and your name will appear on this side. Now as a teacher, you may not have all these tabs available on the top. This is for an administrator. You may only get the main view, main window, so that will always remain the same. But and in case you have been given extra management tools or extra management duties, you may get the student registration, you may get transaction tracker or some other aspect of it which you will be given, and those tabs will come on the top here. Thereafter you will have over here QSI subscription method, which is over here. This is for the admin who is running the school in the and is paying the subscription for the school to the QSI. So you don't need to worry about that. News and features, you can always look through them. Suggestion box is always there for you to put in more information or feedback for the developer team, that is the Sheikh Mahmoud and all, and they will look into it once they have the free time and everything. You come down, you always have a certain message that may come from the administrator or the head of the school to all the teachers. Always keep in view of this, what message is being given to you. There might be some instruction, it might be some motivation, something like that, and or some caution or warning with the some aspect of the system that may not be working at that time. This option over here of school open, close school, this works on the IP based on the network on which the school is being set up. So for example, if we are staying in the masjid over there and the school is set up over there, then whatever is the internet IP for that area is going to be attached to this school. Once the school is open, anyone who logs into the account, logs into QSI from that particular IP will be considered as someone who is part of the school who is trying to log in. So if he tries to log in but he's not registered in the school, it will simply say you are not registered in the school. Similarly, if he is on a different IP, for example his cell phone or something like that, he can still log in, but it will not be on the same IP as the computers on the in the masjid. So it will the system will treat him as if he is at home and he's logging in from home. The first thing you'll see over here then is the dynamic list. Let me first do something so that we can add in. Let's log in some couple of students here. All right, so we have this, the list start to populate here. So what will happen basically is, whenever the student is going to come and he's going to sign in into the sign in station, the dynamic list, dynamic means something that changes, so the dynamic list is going to start populating all the information about those children who have signed in. This list is going to show you who has already signed in and who is present in the school right now. So you will see that the list is going to give you multiple options as well as information about the student himself. It has a small icon of LN, which means log in. That's exactly what I used down here to log in the individual. Manually I logged him in, assuming that we do not have a sign-in station. So if we don't have a sign-in station, the administrator or the teacher can always go and click the LN and it will log in the student into the school. It will give you the name of the child along with it. If there is any station assigned, we don't assign those stations at the moment, so we don't need to worry about it. It will tell you what kind of level is he on. Is he on Nazira? Is he on Qaida? And you can check that. It will also mention what time did he come in. Normally in our schools, what will happen is we are going to assign the slots. For example, in our masjid, we have the time slots from 4:30 to 5:30. Then the student has to come within that time. So this time in is going to pinpoint exact moment when he actually signed in, whether he was late or whether he was early, whether he should be deducted some points or things like that. Along with that, it's going to also track down his practice start, practice finish, what time, how much time he has to wait, and then he has to read to the teacher and everything. So these are the options available. Once he's done, then you can actually log him out as well. The aspect with the times, the total points and everything, inshallah we will talk about in a moment, down bottom down here. Okay, so after this list, you can see, once you have seen all the students and everyone, they are categorized under the different teachers whoever is assigned. So ideally what's supposed to happen is every student has to be assigned to a teacher, and he will remain with that teacher, so the teacher can work on him and make his nurturing tarbiyah, inshallah. Okay, once the student goes and reads and everything, we will cover this later on as well. But once he has completed his lesson and he clicks done, automatically he will start to populate over here under the boys or under the girls, depending, and this is where the teacher is going to see who is ready to read to the teacher. The next option we have is these time slot assignments. You don't need to worry about it. We are not really completely working on it. This is still work in progress at the moment. So once we have that, I will probably have a separate video explaining how this works. Next section over here is the points criteria, and you have the points given out to the students as well. So once you have the points criteria definition, for example, if somebody is talking, you can deduct points. If somebody is working really hard and putting all the efforts in, you can put in extra additional points for them. So you can set them up, and some schools the points work nicely, some schools they don't. So it's a discretion of the admin and the head teacher to decide what's happening. And at the end of the month, you can even give out prizes for them. That being said, just like we had the dynamic list up here, we also have the dynamic list is looking at all the students who are actually coming in at that particular moment in time. But we also have a static list which does not change, and that is this list at the down here. You can choose to show both boys and girls list, or only the boys list, or only the girls, or no list at all. What this list is going to show you is all the students that are registered in that particular school with their names and the points, and when was the last time they visited, so you can check whether they are regular or not regular. Sometimes the parents, or actually 100% of the times, the parents, they choose not to bring their students and they are quitting the school or something, but they never choose to inform. So what happens in those cases is you have people like maybe 100 days or 200 days they have not come, they have not bothered to call in to tell us that they have actually quit the school and they will not be coming back. So you can or the admin can actually look at all these data who has been inactive for more than maybe 90 days, 3 months, then kick them out. My policy normally is, if anybody is inactive for more than 45 days, they are made irregular and they are kicked out. That normally happens in this list, or you can actually go into the registration. The head teacher will have to go into the registration and do it over there. Other thing that you have over here is a star and the dots. The dots are those who have not completed the lesson, whereas the stars are the ones who have actually completed a lesson as well. Their emergency contact phone number is normally given over here, just in case that the teacher has to call somebody in a rush. You don't need to worry about the religious and the academic. This has to do with the homeschooling resources, and we may be utilizing them for the evening schools as well, but not at the moment. And we are more worried about over here. This whole section over here is actually referring to the attendance. So if the student does not come, does not sign in for the particular day, this is going to mark him as A, and the system is going to calculate the percentage he has been present. If there are holidays which should not be counted in, you actually have to ask the head teacher or inform the head teacher that the system is not recognizing particular days as holidays. So the head teacher is going to actually go, the admin is going to go and mark those days as holidays, and they will appear here as green age, and they will not be counted in calculating the percentage. So this is the main screen that you will have in front of you, and you will be using from here then to go on to the child and start assigning him lessons from there onward. We are going to go towards that of assigning lessons in the next video, but this covers the tutorial for the basic introduction to the main page. Jazakallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.